Hi, my name is Arun Jacob and I'm a licensed New Zealand immigration advisor as well as an international education advisor. I'm based in the city of Hamilton in New Zealand, and along with the rest of my wonderful colleagues from our company called AJV Services, we've been helping young students from different parts of the world to come to New Zealand and study here. And a lot of them have not only acquired very good qualifications, but they have also gone on to pick up very good careers in New Zealand and have become very productive and successful residents and citizens of New Zealand. Well, there it is, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about opting for a course in supply chain management in New Zealand. There's a lot of buzz in the international student community about coming to New Zealand and doing a course in supply chain management. Supply chain management, of course, would fall under the larger umbrella of business studies, supply chain management being a very specific area or stream within the larger sector of business studies. And yes, there is a requirement for us to produce some good procurement managers because the government comes out with something called the long-term skills shortage list. And this is a list that the government compiles in conjunction with industry to see, hey, look, which are those areas and which are those industries where we are not able to grow enough graduates locally, and because of which there is a sustained and long-term shortage in a particular area. And from all the business areas, the one area where we have been experiencing a sustained shortage of people is in the area of procurement managers. By virtue of that, the scope for anybody studying a supply chain management course goes up quite significantly, especially if you are a person who's already had some background in supply chain management, and if you have that few years of experience in the supply chain management or in the procurement area, and you're able to come to New Zealand and do a course in supply chain management, I think that creates a fantastic platform for you to be able to then get out into the job market and say, hey, look, I'm a person with a good background in supply chain. I have come into New Zealand. I have done a course here in New Zealand, and I now also have a post-study work visa, which allows me to legally look for a job. And with all that kind of background and combination, and the fact that there is a shortage of procurement managers, I think is a good combination. Word of caution, it may not necessarily apply to people who do not have adequate experience. There might be other kind of roles which are probably available, but bear in mind, if you're aiming for the procurement manager, a certain number of years of experience is always very beneficial. In fact, from my personal experience, I have seen a few of our students who have come with that kind of background, with that kind of experience, came into New Zealand, did a course in supply chain management, and then were able to successfully translate that course and their previous background into a job, leading on into further visas and into a resident visa eventually. So, good choice to opt for if you're coming to New Zealand as an international student. But like I said, you need to be cautious. Don't jump into supply chain management just because it is sitting there in the long-term skill shortage list. A lot of incompetent advisors and agents will tell you, hey, look, it's in the long-term skill shortage list, so it's like some kind of an automatic ticket to residency. Be very careful about advice like that. Instead, talk to a company like AJV, where we have a licensed immigration advisor as part of the team. We will ensure that we are matching your aspiration and those papers, and also give you very honest feedback and information and tell you whether you should be opting for that course in supply chain management, or you need to be looking at a more generic business course, which will give you more options to choose from eventually when you're looking at a career. So there you have it. As a country, we rely a lot on logistics because we are a small country. We are far away from various other places in the world. So we are importing a lot of stuff. We are exporting a lot of stuff. Our highways are constantly filled with these heavy trucks hauling goods and all the time from place to place. So we are pretty orientated strongly in terms of supply chain. So the opportunities certainly exist. But if you are only very certain about your course choice, and if you're not very certain about it, talk to an expert company like AJV, and we will help you to ensure that you're making the right choice. Hope this video was useful. Thank you for watching my videos as always, and please share them with your family and friends. And as always, also subscribe to the channel so that you continue to get updated information. Thank you.